Hi, my name is Kimberly Baker and I work for Clemson Cooperative Extension, and I'm an assistant extension specialist focusing on food safety. Oftentimes we think of different superfoods or brain power, brain boosting foods for our students. And a lot of times it's just as simple as thinking about all of the different food groups and making sure that they have a good variety of those whole grains, proteins, good healthy fats like omega-3 fats that come from some of our plant oils or fish, and also fruits and vegetables where we can get a lot of vitamins and minerals. Students of different ages do require some different nutritional needs because of their ages, their sizes, and also their amount of physical activity. It's really nothing different from age to age, but just more of the different food groups and the different nutrients. So more protein, more fruits and vegetables, more whole grains to be able to sustain their body and their activities. I know there's definitely some students out there that are picky eaters, so there's some things that we can do to help them as well. Of course, just like any student, we want to make sure that they're included in helping to choose what foods they have for their lunch, but also we want to make sure that they're eating their lunch, so we don't want to be putting a lot of food in their lunch that we know they may or may not eat. So again, work with them and make sure that they're going to be eating the majority of their lunch, but maybe just pick one item that you know that they should have. Maybe it's a fruit or a vegetable or a different kind of protein that they might not be very used to, and just put that in a small amount. Doesn't have to be a lot, because a lot of times for our children and sometimes for us adults, we have to be exposed to a certain item over 20 times before we're actually willing to give that a try. So especially for those picky eaters, just the fact that it's in their lunch, they're seeing it often, at some point, even a friend may lean over and say, oh, I really like that. And that may give them the boost that they need to say, oh, maybe I will go ahead and give it a try. So keep it in there, keep it a small portion, but then make sure that at least 3/4, if not more, of their lunch are foods that you know that they're going to like, so that they are fueled for the rest of the day. So when we look at a nutritional label, there's a few things that we want to take a look at to help us determine if the food item is a healthy choice. First off, I think all of us commonly look at calories first. So that's certainly one piece that we want to look at. But really what we want to focus on, the very first thing, or if not the second thing, is what is that serving size? First, really look at that serving size. Is that comparable, and how does that look with the amount of fat, the amount of sugar that is added to that product, the amount of salt in that product, and also it's good to look at the fiber. If it's something that is a carbohydrate, is it high in fiber, and does it have whole grains? We think of children and what they eat frequently. There's definitely some nutrients that we want them to get less of. Oftentimes that's most focusing on the amount of sodium or salt that they're consuming, as well as those added sugars that come from some fruit juices, of course candies, cereals, even some of our yogurts that we think are healthy can have quite a bit of added sugar. A nutrient that our children should be getting more of is definitely fiber. So oftentimes most children like juice more than they like, the actual fruit itself, which what is missing when we compare those two is the fiber. So if we can make sure that they're getting enough fiber in other places, or balancing out the amount of fiber that they're getting compared to the amount of juices or other non-fiber containing fruit flavored foods,